Welcome to the Back Nine Six Pack with Mitch and Justin. Let's roll.
Hello and welcome to episode 128 of the Back Nine Six Pack. My name is Mitch, joined as always by my esteemed colleague Justin. I think we did the math today and we decided this is the last show of 2025.
Yeah. It was kind of weird with how Thanksgiving fell, and we wanted to do the pre-Turkey Open show.
Yeah.
So I think in better years it would be next week, but yeah, this is going to be it for at least this year until we come back from the holidays.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to get the I'm not going to put this on you, but if we do the Best of Patio Beers show, we missed it last year. You had some traveling technical difficulties.
Well, remember, I just forgot the computer.
I was gonna leave it at that, but you know.
Yeah, I think we'll do at least one of those for sure. Maybe two. We'll see how much time I have. I've got some family coming in the day after Christmas, but if I can get it done beforehand, we'll do at least one of them for sure.
Yeah. So this is an at-home Christmas for you this year.
Yes, thank God. Yeah. I'm telling you, the way this holiday season has kicked off, yeah, I'm very glad we're not. And because when we travel every other year, it just shrinks it, right? Like it just, you're trying to fit all this stuff in like a 2-week span instead of like a 3-week span, right? And now that when I'm at home, it's like, all right, we've got like a little bit of time to like space things out. But yeah, I'm very happy that we're here this year. So
yeah, no, I feel that I don't know. It's like the holiday stuff we talked about last episode. The holly jolly time just is like seems to be extending, right? It's like getting bigger.
Oh, well, mine started last week. You know, I come right out of Thanksgiving. Monday, look, I'm not ungrateful. We had a blast. Like we took a private bus up to the Pacers game on Monday. Had a suite. You know, got after it a little bit on a Monday. You know what I mean? It's like but it's like it started already. Like Monday of last week, like the first Monday after Thanksgiving. It's like, here we go. Like we're off to a hot start.
Yeah, I've got
now it's like we're fully entering Christmas party territory now. Like,
oh yeah.
After tomorrow, I think I've got 3 the rest of the week, and then next week's like 4 of them. So,
yeah, you're much more out and about than I am with it. But like, got a wedding this weekend. Shout out to Trevor; he's probably listening to this. And then I'm going to the Bengals game on Sunday. Next week we have our man dinner on Friday. Just rolling right into the holidays.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to the Bengals game on Sunday as well. I gave up my ticket. I was like, it's supposed to be like 15 degrees-ish on Sunday. Wind chills possibly in the single digits. I was out. I'm out on that. Like I think by Sunday after this week, I wasn't going to want to go anyway. But I saw the weather and I'm like, I'm good. I'm good on that. But then we got man dinner. Yeah, next the following Friday. Rolling it right into the holidays, which I love. We're gonna have a blast, and there's a playoff game on that day or that night that we're out. So I'm looking forward to that again. It's been too long. We talked about doing like 3 before the end of the year, but we're only gonna hit the 2 number. So
I mean, I feel like one celebratory holiday-ish meal is probably good. Last time we had one of these, I lost an appendix, so.
That's true. I forgot about that. That was like right before. Yeah, you were kind of feeling weird that day, weren't you?
Yeah, it was like that. I mean, then the following Monday, I went to the hospital.
Yeah, that's.
And it was like Saturday night, and I was trying to drink with you guys. I was like, man, I don't have it. I don't know what's going on, but I can't. And sure enough, there we go.
Oh God.
Yeah. Let's see who's up this time around.
Hopefully it's not my appendix. I mean, after these next couple of weeks, it might be my appendix. I don't know. I might need a liver transplant. So for anybody out there that's an organ donor that can get me shot up the list, we might need that after the next couple of weeks.
Possible, man. All right. Thank you all for listening. Please subscribe, rate, review the show. Follow us on social media at Back96Pack. And you can always send us fan mail. The link is down in the show description. We're going to hit some Turkey Open recap. We did the preview last show. Obviously, it's been a week now since the actual tournament. High level thoughts. How was the Turkey Open for you?
Well, you know what's funny is I think what surprised me is I think the weather this year was about the same temperature, maybe felt a hair warmer, but the scores were worse.
Yeah.
Didn't make a whole lot of sense. I know the wind picked up a little bit. That was kind of unexpected. We weren't really expecting a ton of wind. And we really didn't have it for 5-6 holes.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, the last 12 holes, it kind of picked up. But that was surprising. That was a little surprising, the scores. We're sitting over there doing the scores. I'm like, God, these are high.
Yeah.
We did, in our group, we were like, we didn't play well at all. And we were both, I think, what'd you guys shoot? Ended up barely over par or something like that.
Yeah. 70.
And then we were barely under par, but it felt like we were like, God, we were getting lapped by the field and come in. It's like, oh shit, wasn't that bad?
Yeah.
So, but that's kind of high level what I thought. I was pretty surprised by how high the scores were.
Yeah, I did the math on it. We were 7 teams out of the 26 shot in the 60s, and only half the field was at par or better. So yeah, it was
crazy.
Yeah, and there were some bigger numbers too, some 75, 76s, which in team events usually you don't see too many of those. So yeah, I'm with you. It felt like the whole day I was like, oh man, this weather is so much better than last year.
Oh, it felt better. At least the sun was out. There was a stint in there. I was like, it's still cold, but it doesn't feel as cold as it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is very odd this time of year. Usually it's you see a temperature and you can almost bank on it feeling 5 to 10 degrees colder. It wasn't like that at all. So I was a little surprised, and that's why when we didn't get off to a very quick start, I'm like, God, feels like we're going to get lapped. You know what I mean? And, we didn't win, but we didn't get lapped by any means.
No, I mean, I do think that definitely early on, the greens were more frozen than they were last year. They had to be
100%.
Yeah, because we didn't deal with that really last year, from what I can remember.
No,
that cost a couple shots early in the round easily.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was some chip shots that would bounce, and then you go 2 more holes, and then all of a sudden that green's actually thawed out, and then you would play for the bounce, and it didn't bounce.
Yeah,
it was tough in the beginning trying to figure it out. Now once they all thawed out, you could kind of play it easier. But yeah, those first 4 or 5 holes trying to figure out if the ball was going to bounce or not, if it was frozen, was a little difficult for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think we might have buried the lead a little bit. Congrats to Doug Meacham and Jeff Gentry. They are the 2025 Turkey Open champions. 65.5 in the first ever scorecard playoff that we've had.
I didn't think we'd ever have one, just because decimals and things. You get some odd indexes, and you can get some weird decimals in there. To have teams that had half adjustments essentially added onto their full adjustments, and then they end up tying is pretty incredible, actually.
Yeah, and you and I, like you said, weren't really expecting that ever. So we have a rule, but we were like, shit, what is our rule? We had to go look our own rules up. So they ended up winning it on having a better scramble score over Alex Carlson and Bruce Meyer. Late addition to the tournament.
Yeah, they got in the Monday before. Yeah,
and honestly, Doug was also a late addition because Jeff's partner had a drop. So
yeah, apparently it pays the wait to get in. So
yeah, that's some good golf from those guys when they weren't expecting to play. Alex and Bruce actually tied the best ball record. They shot 19 in that format. So
that's so good. That is really so good.
I know. And then after bitching and moaning about how they didn't play well, all that stuff, et cetera, Ryan and Jerry Trinkle, your defending champions, wound up in third place, 67.01.
But you know what? They didn't win.
We had to throw everything we could at them.
Shout out to Aaron and Kyle coming through, doing the dirty work on the front lines and playing with them. I'll be honest with you, we were right behind them. It did not look like they were going to come in third place. That last 5-6 holes looked like an absolute struggle for them.
Yeah, it sounded like after the round that Aaron was like, no, it was kind of us that was playing slow. But we were waiting on them almost every hole for the last little bit, and it was cold, man. I was done to be waiting.
Those last 3 holes were pretty chilly. Yeah.
Yeah. So but hey, look, good showing for them to hit the board on in a title defense, but fortunately, no Trinkle on the cup this year.
Thank God.
Yeah. Format winners, real quick. Like I mentioned, Alex and Bruce, 19. 3 years in a row that number has been shot in best ball. by the way. So we've got the
I'll
record.
tell you, you ever look at the numbers and you're just like, that one's like going to get tied, but I'd find it hard to believe if anybody ever breaks that.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be tough. I guess that format, that's 4 under because there's 2 par 3s in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I mean, if you get under, somebody with some pops going,
See, but the problem is though, it's got to be someone with a lot of pops because most people are not getting a shot on 1. They might get 1 on 2. They're not getting 1 on 3. You probably have less than half the field getting 1 on 4. Everybody's getting 1 on 5, and everyone's getting. So there's only really like 3 holes in there where like you're going to get a lot of people popping on.
Yeah.
But the other 3 you're not. So it's like now you got to like find 2 birdies in there somewhere. You know what I mean? Or I guess a net eagle somewhere. But when you get the weather like this, like net eagles are hard to come by. Like the par 5 played into the wind this year. You weren't getting there in 2. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I'm curious. This is the cool thing. Shout out to Joe who gave us a spreadsheet we used for the first time this year. So now I actually have scores we can look back on and stuff. They birdied 1, par on 2, par on 3, birdied 4, birdied 5, and birdied 6.
Yeah, 1 was a net birdie, by the way. Bruce,
okay, so he did get a pop
I think Bruce
1.
got a shot on that hole. Yep.
There you go. So yeah, I mean that's how it was done. I don't know about the pop situation, but those were the holes they birdied.
Yep.
And then all shot, the Trinkles won this format, 21.67. Inexplicable, really. Just
I'm speechless.
Look, I've thrown this out there multiple people, but I'm telling you, Ryan is the new biggest sandbagger at the Elks. The handicap does not match the game when you get to an actual event.
Well, and like if he just plays like half of what he can, at most he's going to play to a 4. You know what I mean? Like, and he's getting like 7 now. And it's it's tough scene. I mean, look, he's my partner too. I'm gonna have to answer questions. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to say on his behalf other than you might be right.
I mean, this is okay. So it was basically all adjustment based too. So they went par, birdie, par, birdie, or no, bogey. So they bogeyed a hole in there and still shot the lowest alt score round. They were getting 3.33 shots in all shot.
Just,
I mean, come on.
There's no words for it.
I know. Well, in the scramble format, I'm glad Ward got his large muscular shirt. He needed it because they shot 20.92 and they won the scramble. Him and Jeff Hogden, good shooting on them. And then we had 3 skins this year, so pretty big pot for that. Dan Schmitz and Mike Leguiza made an eagle on 6 red. I think that was net.
Yes, it was. They made birdie, but there was only 2 other birdies on that hole, by the way.
And they were gross only.
Yeah, that whole play, that par 5's reachable. It was not reachable on Friday. So,
no. And then you and Gunn birdied 1 white. That was an alt shot hole. That first hole was the best ball hole, though. By the way, yeah, that birdie you guys made, man, that was really good. And I told you when we were there, I was like, this green, like. You make so many putts on that green.
I do make so many putts on that green.
And they're not like 5-6 footers.
I think this year it was like the 3rd long putt I think I made on that hole with you in my group. Like,
it had to be. Yeah, I just watch you walk putts in on that green all the time. So good hole for you guys. And then our winners, Doug and Jeff, they birdied 3 white and all shot, which is a really freaking good birdie. That's a 195-yard par 3 in the 30-degree wind. And
it was a mega crosswind.
Oh, we got there. That hole was disgusting. Oh.
And I want to say, I looked at it. I was like, when we were going through the scores, there was probably only like 5 or 6 pars on that hole. There weren't many.
Yeah, I'm gonna run down bogey, par. So there's 1 bogey, 2 pars, 3 pars, a birdie, 4 par, 5 par, 6 par. There's a double, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So just under half the field.
I knew it wasn't many though. I was like, it has to be less than half the field part of that hole.
Yeah, that was tough. Yeah, so I mean, again, great skin for them. I think anything else on the field before we just quickly break down our adventures?
No, other than I think I want to say 3 probably played as the hardest. 3 white probably played as the hardest hole without even looking at the full data. Just hearing people like when they found out there was a birdie on it, it was like, what? No way. Like, people were like, there's 0 chance. I'm like, yeah, someone, and apparently they hit it to like a foot. So,
all right. So you might be right in sort of right at least, but I will say this is a scramble hole. 7 white.
That's usually another one that I don't care if it's a scramble or not. It plays hard.
That took you guys double that hole? Is that
7
right?
white? No, we did not. We birdied it actually.
Well, we entered your scores wrong then. Controversy here.
No, there's no way. We birdied it though. We hit our driveway left, and I hit that pitching wedge to about 15 feet short. And
oh yeah, you're right. Sorry,
I'm looking. Ended up burying a putt.
My bad. I was doing the math wrong. That was hole 6 that you bogeyed. It was a 6. Yeah, you bogeyed 7.
But 7 with that wind, yeah. I mean, longer shots into the green, like it was. Yeah, I can only imagine that hole probably played pretty tough, even with a scramble format.
Yeah, there were a few birdies, but there's a double in scramble. There's a lot of bogeys. So that one played pretty tough too.
Yep.
Yeah, lot of 6s and a couple 7s here on 8 red too, which is an alt shot hole. So that's
I guess that can get away from some people. Played with a kind of a weird wind as well,
Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's kind of actually, before we get off that, I'm going to shout out the teams that shot under par just because it was
they deserve it. Yeah,
there was a feed on this.
Not a long list.
Where are we at here? Result. Here we go. All right, so the Trinkles already mentioned them. Kyle and Aaron also under par. You guys were under par. Sorry if I neglected that. TJ and Brad shot even. Good round.
Not bad.
Jeff and Doug, of course. The Cripe brothers, 70.5. Good round under par there.
Yep. Alex
and Bruce are runners up. Matt and Jared, shout out to them. They were fractionally under par.
Hey, under par is under par.
It counts, baby. Jeff and Ward under par. Adam Pennington, Kevin Travis, they were under par as well. And then Scott Rayberg, John Sung, also fractionally under par. And Dan Schmitz, Mike Legiza, another sub. Shout out to Dan, by the way, who found out he was going to be partnerless, days before?
No, the day before.
Yeah, and was like, I will pay, I will play by myself, I don't care. He was like, he wanted to make sure he was a part of it. And of course, we're glad we could find him a partner at least. But we definitely would have kept you in the field, Dan, and would not have banned you. Don't worry, we got you. And then Joe and Graham also shot under par. Everybody else, you stink. Present company included. All right, so for you guys, you and Gunth, you guys shot 70.75. You were 1 over in best ball, half a shot over in alt shot, and then a few under in scramble.
Yeah.
That's how it broke out.
We did not hit a green in regulation until our 7th hole.
I guess I didn't realize that, but if that's right, it sounds right.
We were like, we're sitting here talking like, we got to get it going. I'm like, Gunth, we just got to hit a green, bud. Like, we got to get it like on the green. That's all. Like, and it's so funny. Like on the 7th hole, we had some good drives out there, alt shot. And I had a good drive out there. He like tops his or whatever. And his chip shot barely stayed on the green. So we almost missed that green too. I almost missed 8. We were barely short of it. I thinned a chip. I almost missed that green. And 9, we won't talk about that because that was historically bad from the middle of the fairway.
No, we're going to talk about that. I'm sorry for my guy.
I'm sorry, Gunth.
But like, I'm sure people have seen like videos of somebody where they top it so bad the ball just like spins up straight up in the air and lands like
Well,
right
like
back at your feet.
specifically that one video the guy does where he's like going through the golf swing. He's clearly messing around.
Yeah.
And he does it on purpose and like pops it up and catches it. And then he looks and then just tosses it.
Yeah.
That's what our guy Gunt did with a wedge.
Definitely could have done. And then immediately, just comedic timing was great. It was like, looked at you and was like, all right, you want to take mine or yours? It's very good.
Well, then we have to use mine. Mine spun back off the green.
Yeah.
Gets up there. I'm like, hey, you make up for it. Just hit a good chip shot. Get me on the green. Give me a putt at par. Lays the sod. And then he tried to tell me there was like a mini bunker down there. I'm like, we're playing lift, clean, and place. He's like, I couldn't get away from it. And I'm like, he's like, go down there and check. I'm like, I'm not going down there and check. I got to hit a shot right now. Like, we don't double. I ended up hitting a pretty good shot there. We ended up scathing bogey, but it was a tough 7-minute stretch for our guy. I mean, it was not great.
No,
but he made up for it on the next hole. Hits the approach shot off my drive to about 20 feet, and we end up making birdie. So, but it was a tough 5 to 7 minute stretch for our guy on hole 9.
Man, yeah, I mean, I think we were just kind of commiserating, like our two groups was. We too did not. I think maybe Nick hit the green on 3. I can't remember if he was on the green or the fringe. But if not, he definitely did on 5. So like we were also struggling to hit greens overall.
Yeah, we both of us were struggling to just give ourselves looks.
Yeah, and
but he hit a good shot on 5. He hit it to like 8 feet,
less than that, and did not make the putt unfortunately. But that could have been a good hole for us, maybe skin potentially.
That was definitely going to be a skin. There was no other. They were all net 2s, so that would have been a net 1.
Yeah, so that hurt a little bit. But yeah, I mean, first hole, right? I mean, the first and second hole in this tournament has killed Nick and I every single year we've played.
Yeah,
it's like bogey city for us. One, like I hit it's a back pin. I hit a good drive, hit a good wedge to like the center of the green, and it's just firm as shit. So it just goes to pop over to the back. And then you're kind of like what we were talking about it right after you hit before I hit. You're like, man, it's kind of sucks to like have to be able to build your lie when you're chipping because like you just kind of go under it.
You give yourself too good of lies. You really do.
Literally, you did it, and then you said that, and then I still did it to myself, and then we wound up making a sad bogey.
You almost got to like put it down and just like barely tap the top of the ball. You know what I mean? Just sit it down just a little bit. Yeah.
So that happened, and then 2, like I'm in a perfect position with a wedge in my hand, and I end up making a double, just horrible double. And that's a hole I get a pop on. So it's like, find a way to make par, it's a net birdie, then it's a different start to the round. So yeah, we feel you on that for sure. And then just like we literally got 0 momentum like all day. So a lot of the same stuff you're talking about, just like bone chips, particularly for me. We've both had good drives on 7 and all shot. Nick doesn't put the chip shot on the green, like, so we had to take mine. I had to hit from like 100 yards because he hit the tree with his drive. So just a lot of stuff where like we never like played well at the same time to make birdies.
Yeah. Well, and we, like I said, we made birdie on 10. That was our skin. We get to 11, hit 2 good drives. Felt like we were kind of like catching some momentum after that birdie. Finally get our first birdie. I hit probably one of the best drivers off the DODs I've ever hit in my entire life, given the circumstances, like 30 degrees, was in the rough. I know it was like ball in hand, but I was in the rough, just smoked this driver underneath the tree. We end up in like the greenside bunker. I'm like, look, still not a bad leave, or no, we were just short of the greenside bunker. Pretty good leave. Mm-hmm. Weird, kind of short-sided, and Gunt just chunks it into the bunker, and it's like, and he knew it too. Like he knew it was like we were kind of catching some momentum, and it was like it just sucks the momentum out of when you hit it, like you kind of get a couple good shots in a row, and then you hit a really bad one. It's like it just sucked out of you. And we ended up making par, but it was kind of like, damn, we could have put 2 back to back, and it was like it is kind of is what it is. But I feel like it was the same way for you guys too. It was like you finally hit a couple good shots in a row, and it's like the next shot's just so bad that it just kind of takes away from what you kind of build on.
Yeah, we same thing on that hole for us was like, I had a pretty good drive up the left. Nick hits a good fairway wood down there. I've got like the most straightforward chip you could ever ask for on my hands. I'm into the upslope, plenty of green to work with. Just like put it on the green, let it run a little bit. It should be a really good look at birdie, and just absolutely bone this thing. Second time I did it on the day, takes away a good birdie look or birdie chance for us. We didn't make a birdie until 6 on white, so that would be like our 14th hole of the day. And that was just how the day freaking went,
Yeah, because and I know like we get on our first scramble hole, we birdie it. Gunt hits an unbelievable wedge to a foot and a half.
That was the shot of the day for sure.
It definitely was 100%. And it's like, all right, here we go. Like we can get some shots back in the scramble. Had like 25 feet on the next hole. We make par, but I'm like, that hole, how much I hate 5 white. I'm like, I hate this par 3. But we had to look at it, and it's like, we don't make it. It's like, whatever. Go to the next hole. We're sitting, 50 yards. I hit another DOD. We're sitting like 50 yards out. We both missed the green. And then we can't get up and down. Yeah. And it's like, and again, just gone. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like all the momentum is gone because then we end up birdieing the next hole. It's like, damn, we've been 2 under, 3 under with our adjustment. It's like you par the last 2 holes, shoot 3 under and see what happens. You know what I mean? It was kind of just could never build enough momentum that and sustain it, I guess.
Yeah, and same thing. At that point we were still kind of grinding because we're like, hey, with the adjustment we had for scramble, like once we made that birdie, it was like, okay, if we got 2 of these next 3, like we could win scramble. And we hit a close one on 8 and I hit like one of the worst putts I've ever hit. I think it was like a left to right breaker that was probably like maybe 6 feet or so.
Yeah, it wasn't far.
And I don't think I got it to the hole, and it was like well short right of it going in. So just like really bad. And that kind of ended our day for our chances of winning almost anything. So just another Turkey Open. Just felt like, I don't know, man. These things are hard for us. I don't want to make excuses, but it's kind of tough to be the organizing people of it and then try to go play.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's tough. It is kind of tough, but I think more my problem is like, you want to win it so bad, and if you don't get off to a good start, you kind of start getting down on. That's kind of what happened here. It was like, God, I'm like just not hitting the ball very good today, and it's like, dude, things can change after like 6 holes, especially we're not warming up. You're not doing your normal warm up. You're not getting loose or anything like that. Yeah. It's kind of hard to judge the first 5 holes, but if you get down on yourself, like, got to shoot 6, 7 under, and we're 1 over through 5, and it's like, I don't know. It's just, I think it's like about getting off to a better start. Maybe we can recruit some people here in the next year or 2 to like maybe run the entry, entry table, and give us like even 20 minutes to go out there and like warm up a little bit. Maybe that's the next thing we add.
Yeah, we can. I mean, if anybody out there listening wants to volunteer, if you're not playing in it,
yeah,
we just need to somehow make it a family affair, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I need to get my 12-year-old to like 15 and just bring her up there and be like, all right, like here's how the money works, kind of thing. So yeah, maybe that's what needs to happen actually. So
I think too. I think we tried to make it easier on ourselves by doing like cash and digital payments. I think we need to pick a lane too.
I think so too. Yeah. I mean, it's not like there was no money. Like all the money was there. It's just like it's in many different places and makes it hard. So we'll not decided on anything yet, but that's definitely something we're going to change. It's either going to be all cash for pari-mutuels or Venmo. I lean more towards the Venmo just because, people hate, it's the day after Thanksgiving. Like if you didn't get cash out before Thanksgiving, you got to like run out that morning and go get cash. And it might prohibit you from betting as much as you want to bet. Right. So,
it would just be much simpler from like, I get doing the tournament payouts in cash because we can just easily divvy that up, hand it to people.
That's not hard at all. It's going in like 6 different places, right? Like
Yeah, when you're getting into the betting part of it, where it's like, it's split so many different ways, you got change involved. It's like it's a whole thing. So
Yep.
yeah, I think that's probably definitely a simplification we need to make. But
Yep.
Overall, Turkey Open number 6 in the books. Where 7 is right around the corner.
Yeah, I hopefully we get better weather. I mean, that's dude.
1 year it'll happen for us.
Yeah.
The good news is we have not had to cancel. That in itself is kind of impressive.
In itself is amazing. It really is. I mean, it's pretty amazing that we have not had to cancel one of these yet. And I should knock on wood because, I mean, yeah, seriously. But I guess, is that it on the Turkey Open?
I guess last thing is just shout out to the staff, Sean, Bob,
absolutely.
Nick, everybody helped us out a ton. Scoring went way smooth this year from a combo of, Joe's spreadsheet and Sean being there to write down the scores and do all that stuff.
Yeah.
They helped us out a lot. They got us out there in the shotgun still, spread us out a little bit, so it went a little quicker even. Just definitely shout out to those guys.
Yep, absolutely. Well, I want to take the second just because we still don't have a name for it. But
no, we don't.
We do. There's going to be an event May 16th at the Elks. It's going to be a 4-person scramble. We've determined that, right? That's what the format's going to be. We're limiting each team to 1 pro. That's Club Pro. I mean, if you know somebody that's like a mini tour player that would want to come and play in it, but you can only have one of those. And I am going to do the research. I am. You can't load up a team with 3 guys that are on different tours, and then you're the 10 handicap in the group. We are going to do the research, and if you enter and you have more than 1 pro, we're going to go tell you to find either pick the one you want and go find someone else to play with you. But it's this is not going to be cheap. Just so you know, our goal is to pay out $10,000 at the winner. And so it's going to be over $300, but it's going to include a tee gift, a pretty nice tee gift. We decided that we're going to do something really nice for that. That's going to probably entail maybe some kegs available that are built into the price. But the main thing is we want to have a big pot, right? We want to try to get the $10,000 to the winning team. Makes it feel worth coming out. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the lane we're trying to look, I love playing in charity scrambles, but there's a time and there's a lot of people that want to I want to play in a scramble that has a serious amount of cash payout to it. And that's what we're going for. And you'll play in 8-somes because we're not going to, no, that alleviates any, we shot 23 under, you know what I mean? After they hit a putt 7 times, so you'll play in 8-somes, but May 16th, it will be an afternoon shotgun. I think it's going to be 1 o'clock or something like that. So, but we'll get more information out there, maybe come up with a name here in the next, since we're not going to be recording the next 3 weeks, maybe over the next 3 weeks, we come up with a name. So
yeah, that's great. We need some admin time to get things sorted here for sure.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. Well, with it being the last show of the year, we like to look back before we go forward. We're doing just a little 2025 year in review of our own personal golf game, just the year in golf for ourselves too. A little bit of fandom in here too, if you want to take that alley with some of these superlatives we're going to touch on, but otherwise, for the most part, it's more about our own games as we head into 2026. So I'll start with you. Quick, just off the top, the GIN overview, right? So current handicap versus the start of the season, kind of tell that story.
Yeah, so my current handicap sits at plus 0.5. Let me go and tell you what I started the year. I started the year at plus 1.2. So I'm up a little bit. I'm up about 0.7. My handicap trend would tell you that, and we're going to get into it. It was a rough year. It was more so it was just super inconsistent, and it wasn't on a round to round basis. It was within a round, right? It was I'd get off the good starts and then blow it in the last 4 holes. I'd get off the bad starts and then play the last 5 holes at 4 under, and it's it was a rough year because I actually got above a plus. I was no longer a plus for the better part of about 2.5 months. Had a couple lower scores towards the end of the year and got me back into the plus area. But that was kind of my breakdown of how my handicap went this year.
How many rounds and stuff did you play?
I've got 37 posted scores.
Okay. It seems low for you.
It was a little low. I had a little bit of a life change, in the middle of the summer. We changed companies and stuff like that, and that kind of put a little hindrance on it. But it's definitely low. I would guess posted, like I did a lot of going out there, with my daughter and stuff like that, and you're playing like 6-7 holes. Like I was out there a lot, but like actual rounds, it's definitely down this year for sure.
Yeah, I get that for sure. Okay, so for me, actually, before we move on, we're going to get to that in a minute. My bad. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead. For me, start of the year, 7.1. That was coming off of the end of the last year where I finished at 6.9. Nice. And wound up at the end of the year as a flat 8. And it doesn't make much sense to me because I'm looking back at these scores in the 2024 versus 2025. So last year, 2024, I had 35 posted scores. My high was 88 and my low was 79. My average 83.5, right? And got down to a 6.9 despite all of that nonsense. Jump ahead to this year, far fewer rounds, right? 25. And only 6 of those were 18-hole complete rounds. And like I told you before the show, 2 of them were on a bachelor party. So I didn't play a lot of golf. Like you had a life change. I had a new kid and come in August. Just wasn't golf was not in the cards for me this year a lot. Had a freaking appendix surgery. All kinds of shit happened this year. But that said, my high was 85 and my low was 74. So we're talking like 3 to 5 shots difference in those numbers. And my average was 80.8. So I think what this goes to show is like the impact of the 9-hole score versus an 18-hole score.
Yeah.
Because most of my rounds are 9-hole league rounds, essentially.
Yep.
And I personally felt like this year I got better at golf. Like I feel like my floor was raised.
Yep.
But the handicap and the scores didn't necessarily follow that.
Yeah,
right?
9 holes is tough. It is tough. Yeah. I do believe that it, depending on which way you want to move, but if we're talking about you going down, it negatively impacts that for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know.
Like, here's the thing: we're amateur golfers, right? So you go out on the league night and shoot 44. Like, how many times have you gone out and shot 44 and like squeeze out a 37 on the back, right? Like, so
yeah,
you know what I mean. So that's where I think it definitely, if you're trying to go down in handicap, posting 9-hole scores is tough.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of where that nets out for me. On that, I put this on here. One word to describe your golf game. I don't know if I have a word for myself yet, but do you have one for you?
I think it's exactly what I said. Is just like so inconsistent. Like this year was a year of inconsistency. And like I said, not even just like round the round. It was just like within one round, like how much it could drastically change in like a 2-hole stretch. And that's not normal for me. Like if I get it rolling, I'm rolling. Like, and typically over the last couple of years, I've kind of prided myself in like, if I got off the bad starts of like kind of grinding it out a little bit. But just the inconsistency from like swing to swing was not good. I entered, a double miss this year that I had going for a little bit. Like that is so hard to score when you got the ball going. Like if you miss right, it is very easy to like manage a golf course.
Yeah.
But if you have the ball going right and then all of a sudden you're missing left in the same round, like that's just tough. But that's where mine inconsistency is definitely the word that describe my year.
That was honestly the word that came to my mind first for my own game, but then I kind of thought about it a little bit more just now as you were talking, and I think the word I want to use is like transforming. I think my game's like changing. I had a really frustrating year, like on and around the greens. And that was kind of like, and not that I want that to be the hallmark of my game, but like that saved me a lot for the past decade in my game, right? Like I was very inconsistent off the tee and not that great of a ball striker, tee to green. But putting was something I could always count on. Well, this year it was like, and maybe it's because I hit more greens, and so like I missed more putts.
Yeah. Well, that could definitely be it.
But I just feel like I didn't get as much out of some rounds that I had really good ball striking rounds, And like I said, maybe it's just because I'm not used to hitting as many greens as I did a lot of times this year, where 2 putts are just common. But like I picked up significant club head speed. I drove it a lot better this year than I have in years past. Even iron play I had a stretch in August where like I just could not miss with my irons. It was really good. Unfortunately, that was way after all of our in big tournaments. But like, I could see where my game is just becoming different. And it's becoming different in a way that I'm excited about because it's like a more sustainable way to score long term.
Yeah.
So,
I wouldn't disagree. I from the times that I played with you, I'd agree. You pretty much nailed it, I think, kind of describing. And that's kind of where mine is too. Like you could have used transforming for mine because typically I would tell you in the past, like putting was an absolute liability. Other than a couple rounds this year, man, and some of my bad rounds, like not bad rounds, but just like rounds that I'm like, man, I'm grinding this out. The putter saved me a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot. And that's where it's like, I kind of kept my handicap around the same thing. And a lot of that was probably due to the putter because ball striking was pretty hit or miss this year. And the rounds that I really grinded it out, it was like, you start thinking back, you're like, damn, dude, I've made like 3 or 4 par putts, like 8-10 foot par putts. You know what I mean? It's like, you miss those. It's like, all right, I shot 74. It's like, you miss those, which is very likely, an amateur golfer from 8 feet is like, what is it, like 30% or something like that?
Yeah.
It's like, I made 4 of them. And it's like, damn, that could have easily been like a 78 or 79 pretty quickly without the putter being halfway decent. So,
yeah, I didn't pay attention. Are you still using the Stroke Lab?
Yeah. Yep.
You broke the Scotty and went back to the Stroke Lab.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, ever since I went to the Stroke Lab, like I haven't had like a bad, like a putting round where I'm like, dude, this is like, all right, we might need to get the Scotty. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I putted pretty good with that putter for the most part of the second half of the year when I started using it.
Yeah, welcome back. It's Team Odyssey, baby. All right, so now superlative time. Best and worst round.
Well,
this could be objective or subjective, by the way.
Well, I think just going on the scorecard, I think it has to be my first round in the Cincinnati Met this year. Just like when you sit there and you get like 11 holes in, you're like, I just don't have anything today. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and then that was like one of the rounds where it's like, man, if I could have had like a streaky putter, I might have been able to like, all right, 78, I'm still in this. But like I wasn't hitting the ball good. And then I was putting bad. And it was like, and that was like 2 days after I broke my one Scotty. I went back to my original Scotty. And I told you, I said that, it just like the mills were kind of worn down. And I told you, I took a video after the round and like putts were coming off like knuckleballs.
Yeah.
Like that, like I know balls like hop off the club, right? Like,
yeah.
And then it starts rolling, but like the initial movement's usually this. Even if it's in the air, it's usually this, right? My balls were coming off and like wobbling in the air, and I'm like,
sure.
No wonder I didn't make any putts today. You know what I mean? Like when the ball is moving different ways in that little stretch that it's in the air, like you're never going to make a putt. But yeah, that round was bad. It was depressing because it was like, all right, I'm out of it. I'm not making match play. Completely shot myself out of it. And just like I've never been so miserable on a golf course, like as I was that day.
Yeah, I get that. So that was your worst round. I can do my worst round, I guess. Again, I didn't play that much. And honestly, like I didn't have like a super, super high score, but there was, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, so September 10th, this is a league night round. And I'm pretty sure that this is like it's adjusted because I think I shot a true 48, but I got a 46 because of the net double bogey rule. It was just one of those nights where like truly I could not do anything.
Yeah.
It did not matter what I tried to do. Nothing was going to go right in that round of golf. It's just one that you just like play and you just apologize to your playing partners with. I'm pretty sure it was one of the nights too where it was like, double scores on certain holes or like, and you're supposed to be the A player in the group, one of those nights. No, that was a bad one. And that was coming off of, let me see, I think if I remember this right. Sorry, I'm scrolling. Yeah, that was my first round back after Evan was born too. So like, I'm glad it was one of those where it's like, I was glad I got out there, glad to be back and just felt good to kind of get out of the house again. But definitely like score wise was just miserable.
Yeah.
Couldn't do anything.
Yep.
Best round for you.
So this one is subjective. It wasn't my lowest score. I had a 68 this year. Was my low score of the year, but it wasn't that round. I think it was the round where our group consisted of a guy that shoots 63 and two guys that shoot 70. And getting to watch a 63 was pretty. So shout out Joe, our guy Joe, shooting 63. We get done. Me and Wes look at each other like we both shot 2 under. It was like, dude, does it not feel like you just shot 80? I'm like, it 100% feels like we just shot 80 compared to a 63. But that was a fun round because it was like, our Friday games, love our Friday games, but like a lot of times you get paired up with people and it's like, you get some 15 handicappers, 10 and people can have rough days, right? But it was like one of those days where you're like, all right, I'm playing with all low handicappers. It was like just a consistent, roll to it. And kind of, you got like in a comfort zone because it was like people were hitting like really good shots like every hole, right? So that was, like I said, wasn't my best round, but it was I think it was the best round of the year just to kind of be involved in that and like have 3 people at under par. One guy ties the course record. I think that was pretty cool. Yeah.
My best. So last year I had a couple of rounds where I actually broke par for 9 holes, which was fun. First time I'd really done that on our course, especially. But this year, even par was my best round. It was a 9-hole round last week of league, October 10th or October 1st. I hit 9 greens, did not make a birdie, and I 3-putted for par twice during this round. So like very, very like really good potential to have gone low during this round and just could not putt. I think there was some aeration healing involved around that time. Whatever, I'll deal with that. But like I struck the absolute shit out of the ball that night. I drove 7 red for my first hole of the night. And then 3-putted. And then the last hole of the night, I got home in 2 on 6 and 3-putted. So it's just like one of those 20 putts and shot a 36. Just wild fucking round, dude.
Oh.
Yeah. Wild round.
Oh.
Okay, so best. You want to go worst shot or best shot first?
Let's go worst shot. We'll get that out of the way.
Okay. I don't have a specific one.
I've got a runaway winner.
Yeah, let me go then because that yours is probably funnier. Mine is just in general, like the 125 to 135 yard range absolutely destroyed my golf game this year, especially at the Stampede. So it was just endless number of bad, like choke down wedge shots or trying to nuke a 50 or whatever, coming up short, coming up long left, just any miss you could have. I don't think I hit a green from that yardage like all year. Is just kind of like collectively the worst shot of the year was just me having that number.
Yeah, that's
It was a very frustrating way to play golf.
Trust me, I get it. No,
Yeah.
I there's nothing worse than knowing like you have a like as you play golf over the year, like this is my weakness this year, and then like it seems like you get in that spot a lot more, or maybe you just realize you're in that spot a lot more once you're not hitting them well. Yeah, it's not fun.
Nobody told me when I started hitting driver farther that 9-irons would become gap wedges. Okay?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, everybody wants to hit the ball further until you get in those weird yardages. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. Well, runaway winner. My worst shot of the year was that this, above me or behind me at the old course, line up on 18. And, you start seeing Lexuses and Mercedes parked down the right side. And I double cross one. There's that double miss I was telling you about. I hadn't missed the ball left in 3 years, easily 3 years.
Yeah.
And I snipe hooked this thing so badly that I almost was out of bounds right of hole 1 off of 18 tee box at the old course. The saddest I've ever been after the tee shot. You got people watching. I mean, dude, it's, people saw me hit that tee shot. They're like, this guy sucks, and there's a lot of people watching,
Sure.
I was sad after it, but yeah, that was bad. And I've got still pictures of me dropping my club. Like it was so pretty terrible.
Yeah. The picture of you dropping the club that's pretty epic to have, to be honest.
It was probably in the running for worst drives I've ever hit, possibly. And given the moment, it was sad. It was really sad.
Oh man. And like I said, at least it's immortalized, That's...
Yeah, look, some people probably couldn't even remember their drive on 18, but fuck if I do. I definitely remember that.
So good. Best shot. So I kind of have 2 in mind. I didn't have last year, had the ace, kind of easy runaway winner there. Didn't have anything like that this year, really, but both of them from that round that I talked about is the best round of the year. The draw, I had not driven 7 green before this year.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and so having done that was fun. But the 7 wood that I hit on 6 to hit that green, oh my God. Like one of those, just like nice high draw, hold it up against the wind, just like, because that green, you got to kind of pick a tree or whatever to hit it at.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%.
Blind shot. Man, this thing was just a thing of beauty. Just one of those balls that you hit, you don't even feel it contact, and you just look up and it's right where you want it to go. Getting that 7 wood was massive for my game this year. I freaking love that club.
That might be my next. We'll see. I've spent a lot of money on clubs over the last 3 weeks. So. Yeah, but I definitely am teetering with the 7 wood for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
Oh, it's funny. I had a couple highlighted. I hit one with big 5-4 in league night. Maybe it was the 9 holes we played before league. I can't remember, but I was like left of the creek on 2 white and like had like a foot between the grass, the high grass, and like the tree, and like ripped it under. Didn't hit anything. No, that was with Tom. Actually, sorry,
okay.
That was with Tommy Turndogs. I think, I don't know, but it was with one of them, and I can't remember. Like that one crossed my mind, but I'll tell you this: it was in. We play in that tri-state every year. I had one on the 10th hole, an alt shot, thick rough, like 4 or 5 inch rough. The shot on this hole, the approach shot on this hole, it's 20 yards uphill. The pin is like way back left. Now everything kind of drains back to where this pin's at, but you got to get it like up the hill, and then we're in the rough. And I just I remember having like 130 yards. I'm like, I don't even know what to hit. Like, I guess an 8-iron, like just try to like swing and chunk it and see what happens. And I hit it, and it just carries the front edge of the green and like releases around the bunker to about like 10 feet. I mean, we didn't make the putt, but I was like, never going to top that. Well, like 2 holes later, my partner hits his tee shot in the tall weeds. I hit an 8-iron to like 4 feet out of tall weeds. I think that one probably takes the cake because we actually made birdie out of that. I had him in the middle of the fairway, and I actually hit my shot out of the weeds from 165 yards closer than he did. So from the middle of the fairway. So that felt like it was, I was kind of like, dude, I'm just going to chunk this. Like, I'm going to swing as hard as I possibly can, and we're going to see where it goes. And it's like, and I hit it right at it. And I'm like, well, I guess that's a line. You know, it might not be the right line. Carries the bunker, like releases down. Actually started releasing down towards the hole. I'm like, holy shit, this thing's going to go in. Ends up like 3-4 feet away. We end up making birdie. We actually, one of our 4 birdies in a row came on that hole after that 8-iron. So that was definitely, given the lie and everything like that, that had to take the cake.
Yeah. All right. Last but not least on our superlatives here, favorite golf moment. This could be personally, you could be as a fan watching the tour or whatever. A pretty clear runaway winner for me. Rory winning the Masters. I know you're going to hate on it probably, but I'm a Rory fan. It was anytime you can see somebody in sports like have a victory like that, get the monkey off the back, or do something like great, like truly historical in the sport, is always good to watch. But also it was just the way that it happened too, right? Like that, the 2025 Masters was a banger start to finish. Like it was probably the most fun I've had watching a golf tournament since the Tiger 2019 win. Because it started off, you know, he's on a heater, then he fucks up the back 9 and to shoot over par, grinds his way all the way back on that Friday round. He's got the electric shot on 15. Twice he did that, especially the one on Sunday. You know, has a chance to win it in regulation, doesn't do it, goes to a playoff, and still steps up and hits the shot to win, to hold off Justin Rose, who I think was like the perfect counterpoint to him in that tournament.
100%.
So yeah, for me, just the 2025 Masters was magical. I think we'll look back on that one a lot and just be like, damn, that was really good.
Yeah.
And Bryson was there in the final group. Like, you know what I mean? It was everything you would have wanted.
Yeah, I was trying to think of some professional stuff, but I honestly, given the trip I took this year, I don't know if I'll ever feel what I felt the first time stepping on the first tee at the old course. And, you know, you're kind of, you know, they get you out to the tee a little early and you're kind of looking around. You're like, how the fuck did I get, you know, it's like, how the hell am I, like, how, like, you know where you're at, but it's like, and then you just like, at least this is what I did. I don't know. Like, maybe I'm just a little more like, I started kind of tearing up because it was kind of one of those things. It's like, you know, as a kid, you know, I loved golf very early on, right? And I'm watching Opens with my dad, and, you know, you see this course every so often in the Open, and it's like, you know, and you know about it, and like you've played it on Tiger Woods and stuff like that, and like you know of all the history and all this stuff, and it's like to be sitting on the first tee, and you're like, dude, like I'm hitting a tee shot, like the people that have hit tee shots from where I'm about to hit this tee shot, just that alone, the gravity of like, holy crap. Like, you know what I mean? And then it's like you throw in, you're looking around, you're like, I've seen this in videos and pictures and all this stuff. And like, now you're there and you're about to hit your first tee shot. I will tell you this, it is wide open and you're only hitting an iron, but it is the most nervous I've ever been on a tee shot in my entire life. I mean, even that counts 18, right? Like I fucked up 18 because I was trying not to hit a car. But like one, you're just like, oh my God, and you got people gathering, like they want to, you know, they know what this moment means for everybody. So like, there's people back there watching. It was just, and like I said, I started tearing up, and like, it was a pretty surreal moment. I kind of felt like it was like, that might be like the one of the next 10 years, honestly, like that moment.
That's what I was going to say is like, there are moments in life that are kind of like singular experiences, right? Like they're, only that experience itself can stand in the territory it does.
Yep.
For golf and for golfers, golf fans, like playing the old course, teeing off on the first hole of the old course, like that is a singular experience in golf. Well, there's nothing like that.
And there's and I heard one of the caddies, I can't remember who caddy said this, and I was sitting there talking to him before we teed off, and it was like, he goes, you know, you only get your first round at the old course once.
Yeah.
And he goes, and he was kind of giving me like the rundown, like, don't get frustrated, don't get mad, like, don't ruin your first round at the old course because you're not playing well, right? Like, you only get it once. Like, you're only going to hit this tee shot the first time once. I'm not saying you're not going to come back, but you only get this first time experience one time, you know? And when you think of it that way, you're like, yeah, not that it, like, look, if I go back and play the old course again, like, I'm going to have those butterflies again. Like, it's almost impossible not to. You know, you got the Royal and Ancient right behind you, and it's like just thinking of all the people that have hit tee shots from where I'm about to swing a golf club, and you're like, I don't belong in the same even stratosphere as some of these people that have hit tee balls here, right? But you're out there and you're playing that tee shot, and it's kind of surreal to think about. But yeah, I agree with there's certain moments that are like, you know, very singular. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and never mind the fact that you had, you know, Sevy's caddy.
Yeah, it's like, yeah,
you're speaking about people that have hit the shots there or whatever, and it's like literally a guy carrying your bag.
Swear to God, thank God I found that out like a hole later, because I'm not quite sure I could have handled the gravity of that on top of everything else. So
just absurd. Yeah, that's I know. I'm like staring at the pictures behind you, and I even knew you did that, and like, for some reason, like, I still wasn't sure what you were going to answer that question.
Yeah, I mean, you could say like crossing the Squilkin Bridge. I mean, that obviously that's unbelievable. Like, that's, you know, you put your foot up on it and you're like, kind of like, where the like, again, you're like, holy shit. Like, I'm here, right? Like, and you don't really know how to like act. I mean, I teared up again walking down 18 after I hit my approach shot, and you're just walking down, you're like kind of looking around, you're like, holy crap. But I think like there's nothing like that first feeling, because, you know, you get those first feelings on any tee shot, right? And then they're just like magnified because it's like, you know where you're at. You got people watching. Like, until you go there, like, you just don't understand how many people are just the holes around like where the town is and stuff, and the walking paths. Like, there's so many people just watching you play golf. Like, and we're not used to that. So it's pretty surreal. I'm like so ready to go back. I want to go back so badly. But it's just like one of those trips. It's like with kids, it's like probably another 5 years, you know, minimum.
I saw they just they sent out the emails for the lottery for the reversed Old Course reversed. Yeah. We might just have to dabble and enter that, you know. Sorry, honey, we won the lottery.
You know what's funny is like I want to do it just because you say you did it, right? Like that's the caddies hate it. Right, the caddies absolute. I mean, it's already like you have to have your head on a swivel. Kind of situation out there. And he goes, when you're playing it in reverse, you better have a helmet on. Like it's almost like a coin flip whether you get hit. I still want to do it, obviously, because it'd be cool. But I did see that email. I got that email. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't that long ago, but they sent it out. I'm like,
no, it was like yesterday or this morning.
Yeah. I was like, you know, it's like, oh, I have to go. Like, they picked me. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Can't tell them no.
Just take a 48-hour trip. You fly over, stay, play, back on a plane, back home. Like,
that's not that crazy.
It's honestly. Really not. That's really not that crazy, to be honest with you.
For us, like where we are in the country, it's pretty accessible. You know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Anyway, I think that pretty much puts a wrap on 2025, the golf season. Already looking forward to 2026. I got to get back on the grind with the stack. I got to get back into it. We'll talk goals, after the new year, but, the surgery and all that and the new kid put a damper on my stacking. Even though I did make some gains, I didn't do as much as I wanted.
Yeah.
It's that time of year to start getting busy in the Sims, in the garage and all that kind of stuff. So,
yep. And the weight room,
all that. Yeah. All right, with that, I think it is time. We're heading to the patio. There's still snow on my patio. I don't know how yours is looking right now, but
yeah, I've still got some snow. It's what a disaster last Monday was. It was like, you know, and the worst part about getting snow that early, you're like, this ain't hanging around. You know, my kids were like, we're gonna have a white Christmas. Like, this ain't hanging around till Christmas. I can tell you that right now. Like, we're bound to have a 60-degree day in here, and it's gonna be gone. It's gonna be all nasty. And then out of nowhere, there's going to be another snow somewhere, but it'll be like after Christmas. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I've still got some snow out there. It'd probably be around till March at minimum. So
Yeah.
I just don't get any shit. I don't know. I think our houses face similar directions. I just don't get any sun back there. Like, dude, I mean, I had snow out there till like almost April last year. It's like no sun, doesn't really get like over 50. It's like that snow will sit there forever.
Yeah, we get morning sun in the back and then the afternoon, evening sun out front.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of trees and stuff too. So yeah, a lot of shade.
Yep.
So,
do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
I can go. I kind of have a lamer question just because I didn't really think about it till now. But obviously, holidays coming up, Christmas specifically, naturally. A lot of tradition, a lot of food, things like that. But like Christmas, there's not like a set menu like there is for other holidays, right?
No.
Yeah, kind of a wild card, it seems. So I'm just curious, like, do you have a customary Christmas meal, or just
it's ham? It's ham.
Yeah, see, ham. I get it. Yeah, because people don't want to do the turkey coming off Thanksgiving, right?
But I'll tell you though, my wife says that they did turkey every year for Christmas.
Yeah, see, I've heard that too.
But we're a ham, like at least the people that I've always gone to their house, like we're a ham family for sure. Yeah, like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, or whatever, whenever we can get together. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
We started doing a breakfast on Christmas, like at my parents', which I'm kind of in on, to be honest with you. I'm
very in.
Like, I don't eat breakfast a ton during the week, like normal work week. Yeah. But like on a weekend or like on something like that, like special occasion, dude, give me a nice quiche. Give me some mimosas. Give me some bacon. Maybe some pancakes. Like, dude, I'm in. Like, I'm nice 100% in on that.
A nice quiche. I never thought those words would come out of your mouth.
They're good. I'm an egg guy, though. I love eggs, dude. I'd eat eggs for days.
Yeah, same. I love, like, savory breakfast is that's where it's at. That's what, growing up, we always had a big Christmas morning breakfast. My grandpa would come over. We'd do Christmas with him, and Dad would just like fire up every breakfast meat possible. Hash browns, pancakes, like French, all like literally the biggest breakfast spread you'd ever seen. And just like go to town on that. And I'm a massive, like, breakfast meats give them all to me. Every single one's good,
dude. Yeah, like I'm not like the biggest sausage guy, like but like, I don't know. Like, I don't care. I mean, I'll eat it. Like, like, I don't put them all on there. Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, get a sausage. I'm talking patties and links. We're getting bacon in there, just ham from the night before, like everything. We're just doing it all.
Yeah, whole hodgepodge.
Yeah, so like I'm with you. I do kind of associate Christmas a little bit more with breakfast personally because of that. Recently, what we've been doing is kind of mixing it up. Like, we've done barbecue recently. We've done like pasta, Italian stuff. I think one year we even did a Mexican like meal for Christmas dinner. Like, I don't know. I appreciate that because once you get into holiday meal season, you eat a lot of it, and then it's like you can only do so much, like mashed potatoes and turkey and stuff.
Yeah,
like it hits for Thanksgiving because it's like kind of the kickoff of that. But man, you get the holiday meal becomes real repetitive.
Well, and you're getting all fat and sassy by that point too. You know what I mean? Like, like you're like, all right, at some point we gotta hit the e-brake on this train and like start slowing our roll a little bit. I know it's like that's like the last week of freedom before everybody cranks down, maybe a dry January, but it's like you get to like Christmas Day and you're like, I don't know if I can put a pound of potatoes in my stomach right now, like without feeling like a water balloon about to bust. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that first like post-holiday salad that you eat, your body is like, my God,
what have you done to me the last month?
Yeah. Like where has this been?
Yeah, I was just thinking, I'm like the amount of red meat I eat, like leading up to Christmas and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, that first like smoothie / anything relatively healthy is like, it's a shock to the system. You're like, I'm not full, but you're like, no, you are, but you just completely just blown everything up over the last month.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely the detox in January is always needed, and it's both for me. It's not just the alcohol; it's the sweets, the sugars, dude. Because once I get off the rails on like desserts, I can't stop.
By the way, I'm going down your path this year. I'm doing a dry January, but I'm also going to do like a no sugar, a no sugar thing. I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to give up Diet Coke because if I'm not drinking alcohol, I'm going to have to have a Diet Coke. Yeah. Or as I started calling them, and look, I can't take credit for this. I saw it on Instagram.
Fridge sigs?
Fridge sick. Like,
yeah.
It was so funny. Like I told you, I'm like getting over something and I'm on some medicine. I really haven't drank at all, the last 4 days, and I got the Packers game on last night. Starts getting tight. I come up and I'm like, looked at my wife. I'm like, getting a fridge cig. Like I need something to like take the edge off. This game's driving me insane. So I came up and got, fridge cig. Yeah. So, but I'm going to give up sugar this year. I think that is definitely on the sugar and alcohol are the two things I'm going to give up at least for January.
Yeah. I respect it. We'll go hand in hand into the suffering. So
Yep. All right. I don't know. I feel like we might have talked about this. Maybe not, but like I always like bringing this up because there's certain things that we can't do when we go out of town that are like normal, like our like normal traditions and stuff like that around Christmas time. But do you have like that one thing that you're like, all right, this is a non-negotiable, like wherever you're at, like you guys don't really travel, but you're like, we do this every year. I look forward to this every year. And maybe you started it a while ago. Maybe it's something that you started when you just had kids.
Man, good question. Because I think the tricky part about this is like it, as you just said, like it changes so much from when like you are the kid to, you have kids.
Yeah.
Because like what was tradition at that time just inevitably changes. Man, I think nowadays we started a nice little tradition with the kids, and we're actually doing it this Wednesday. Like we take them to go see Santa, do the pictures with Santa thing, whatever, and then we go out to eat. We just get simple, basic, very Cincinnati thing to do, but we go to Skyline. So we just do Santa and Skyline. It's kind of like the new thing, and the kids love it. We love it. It's like a little break from having to cook meal and all that stuff. Gets us out of the house for a little bit. So that's one that we started that I really appreciate. Trying to think of some other stuff. There's got to be something. I know there just has to be. But do you have one offhand while I keep thinking?
I do. It's funny. Yeah. So obviously, my wife being from Texas and me up here, like, it's funny, like different things. Like some stuff's the same, right? But like everybody's got their thing. And, our first year married, I remember we were sitting around, it was like Christmas time, no kids. And it was like a Sunday night and, it's like, you get those like late football seasons, like not a good game on. It's like, she was like, I really want hot chocolate. It's like, all right, so let's go to Starbucks. So we go to Starbucks, get hot chocolate, and it was like started driving around. It's like, man, it's like there's a bunch of Christmas lights. So we just started driving around to like hot chocolate, started driving around looking at Christmas lights, like just through neighborhoods and stuff. And ever since that moment, it's like, even when we had kids, it was like the Sunday before Christmas, whenever that falls, we go out, we get hot chocolate, and we get in the car and drive around for like an hour and a half and just kind of hit different neighborhoods and look at lights. And last 2 years ago, it was like our first year where it was like kids are getting older, like at least having one older. And it was like they got in a fight. And I remember like turning around and I was like, you're not going to ruin this for me and your mother. Like we've been doing this before you guys were even around. And like everybody got silent, but that's like what that we do the Sunday before Christmas, hop in the car, stop by Starbucks, get some hot chocolate, go look at Christmas lights for like, and like, look, we go to the zoo and stuff like that and look at lights there, but like, there's something very relaxing about like, I'm in a car, I'm sitting, I don't have to walk. I'm not out in the elements. Like, riding around looking at Christmas lights. Like, I don't know. Like, I love the zoo, but it's like, at the same time, it's like, you got to bundle, like, if it's 25 degrees outside, it's like cold, you got layers on, you're walking around. Like, so that's been our thing since the first year we were married.
Yeah, that feels like very like 90s Midwestern to me.
It's 100%.
Yeah, no, because like we did that growing up too. Like I have tons of memories of doing the same thing with my parents and all that. And we do that ourselves too. We don't like have a set day like you do, but we do that with the kids. And like, it's like one of those moments in life where you're just like very present. You're driving the car. You're not
no
screwing around on your
phones.
phone. There's not other people. Like, you're just like there with your family looking at Christmas lights, right?
Yep.
Like, I mean, I like that a lot. That's a good one.
Like,
sure.
our kids do love it. Like, they were arguing. I don't even remember what they were arguing about last year, but they do love it, and they know we do it. And, I think mostly they love it because they get hot chocolate and stuff like that. But it's kind of one of those things, like, and we didn't start it for this reason, right? Like, we kind of just were like, it kind of started out of just like, we don't have any kids. It's a Sunday night. We don't have anything going on. Like, she wanted hot chocolate, so we went and it kind of started that way. But it's kind of one of those things, like, it's one of those things that my kids are going to look back on and go, like, when they get significant others and stuff, like, well, like, my dad did this, like, the Sunday. They're going to like make their significant others do it, which I think is going to be funny. And I'm curious to see, like, if they marry somebody that's like not from, that is very Midwest, like someone from like Florida or California. They're not doing that. They're like, that's weird. You know what I mean? But like, if they end up marrying someone like that, they're like, this is kind of awkward. You know what I mean? But I love it. Our kids do love it. But yeah, that's the one thing that we do. It's like, no matter if we travel or whatever, like, that's a non-negotiable. Like, we do that the Sunday before Christmas. Yeah. So
no, that's awesome. Yeah, man, it's crazy that it's that time of year already, to be honest with you.
Feels like a month ago we were square in the middle of golf season.
It really does. It's almost like, I feel like October just like didn't happen, is what it feels like.
Yeah, I don't know how your October was, but ours was like super busy. So it was like, just felt like it went by like in a week span.
Yeah,
essentially.
I think having the kid in August, kind of September, October is just such a blur, that it feels like we're just kind of coming up for air again, and now we're here, kind of thing.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yep.
So.
Yep.
Oh man.
That's all I got. But I do want to say, I think you probably feel the same way. Thank you so much for everybody that listens. Like, our little stupid podcast that, we enjoy talking to everybody about it, every week, but now it'll be every other week going into next year. It's fun. It's fun for us, and I'm glad it's fun for other people, but very appreciative that they take the hour and a half, whatever it ends up being, in your car or whatever, listening to us. So
yeah, 100%. Yeah, it took the words right out of my mouth there. Thanks for sticking around in 2025. Crazy that this started. My second born was born. You randomly bought microphones, and we just started this thing. And so we're next year, we're our third year would be by the time we get to the Masters next year, basically. So yeah, crazy to still be sitting here doing this. And yeah, every interaction we've ever had with anybody about this is a fun one. Yeah. Whether somebody's giving us shit for what we say or if they agree with us or whatever, it's always good conversation. So I really appreciate it.
Yep.
So yeah, happy 2026 if we don't talk to you before then. Enjoy Christmas, other holidays if you celebrate
don't
those.
Get too fat. You can get fat. You're getting fat this time of year is allowed.
Yeah, maybe don't get too sassy. Yeah, just don't get too sassy. That's the key. So yeah, all right. With that, until next time, cheers.
Yep. See ya. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Back 9 Six-Pack. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Back 9 Six-Pack for all your content needs. We'll see you guys next week. Cheers.